Time for the men after watching that fantastic victory by Emma Snowsill. The Australians will certainly be looking for Brad Kahlefeldt to see whether or not he's able to repeat here. And you can see the surf just coming in now as the men are going out through the early stages. It's one long 1,500-meter swim. And some of the big names very quickly going to the front, including Marco Albert from Estonia, Colin Jenkins from Canada, Dirk Bockel also going very quickly through these early stages of the 1,500-meter swim. One of the men that we don't see up towards the lead, who has been dominating over the past few years, is Javier Gomez, so we'll have to see whether anything has happened to him through the early stages. Brad Kahlefeldt working very hard on his swim over the winter as well, hoping to get up into that lead group. The men now starting to come back towards the shore. In fact, it is the young Canadian who's been working with Simon Whitfield. That's Colin Jenkins right there, who's going to be the swim preem leader coming out of the water, a former 400-meter IM specialist. And he's a very strong cyclist as well. Simon Thompson, I can see Bevan Docherty coming out of the water very quickly right there. So the Australians very well established. Stuart Hayes, Brownlee, Oliver as well from Great Britain just coming out of the water. So the men very tightly bunched. There is Peter Crows, Mark Freda also coming out of the water from the United States of America. First into the transition zone, however, Brownlee, the man who won the World Junior title in duathlon and triathlon, helmet on. He's still a teenager and getting a chance. There's Terenzo Bazzani trying to make his way onto that Kiwi team. A top 5 today will secure it for him. Shane Reed will be battling it. There's Gomez. He is well back, so he's had a bit of a struggle as he starts to head out onto the course. You can see the men trying to quickly get out onto that 7-kilometer loop. And it is Courtney Atkinson well back. He's already got his spot secured, so I think we may see some of the men who've already got those Olympic spots not being nearly so aggressive on the course here today. Looking right now at about 40-plus men all together as they're coming through. There's one big hill we said they have to go up and over each of the 7 laps. The spectators have been out here since very early in the morning watching the 4,000-plus amateur athletes, and look at that long line of men going through. Right now it is one large group of about 45 or 50 men. Just 1 or 2 have dropped out. Brent McMahon from Canada having just a bit of a small crash, so he's out of the course already. A couple of the guys have been lapped out, and Jenkins making a small breakaway. 4 men in the last stages of this 7-lap making a breakaway. Bockel, Fontana into that group as well, and there's Fontana in the blue along with Jenkins heading out very quickly onto this course. And you'll see the large group now of about 44, 45 men now all coming off, and they are very tightly bunched. Gomez into that bunch. There's Kahlefeldt, and look at that fast transition. He's had an absolutely lightning fast transition, and he is in and out, and he already has made up some time on Gomez and the rest of the men as they go through. Bevan Docherty, the Olympic Games silver medalist, just going through the transition zone. And now the 2 big names. Javier Gomez from Spain. Brad Kahlefeldt right there starting to run through. You can see Kyle Jones, a young Canadian, trying to hang on. There's Sexton having an outstanding opening leg right here. He's trying to secure that spot for Australia. Only 1 spot left, possibly for the men. They still got to get their ranking up. But Brad Kahlefeldt looking absolutely fantastic. Already a victory here earlier on this year. And Tim Don, that very noticeable head bob as he did in Lausanne, winning the world title in 2006, showing that his fitness back up. And he and Bevan Docherty climbing up the hill one more time. It's just perfect conditions, a bit of breeze, 26 degrees Celsius, and there's 2 of the greatest men in the sport. What a great shot looking back towards the VIP booth. And here comes Gomez. He is going to claim his 14th consecutive podium. The 2-time #1 ranked man in the world, showing he's the man to look out for with the victory. There's Brad Kahlefeldt, last year's champion. He's going to cross the line here in a silver medal performance. And Tim Don, back in the form that he showed a few seasons ago, will be your bronze medalist here today.
Triathlon. I always wanted to win here. Also close last year, but Brad has an awesome sprint finish and beat me. This year I felt a bit better in the run, and I could break away in the 6K.
I'm kind of disappointed. You know, I won this last year and really upset Gomez last year. He's pretty mad this year, so look, I can't complain at all. I had a good swim. I was out in the first pack, and I was really looking for the break in the bike. You know, I've been concentrating on my bike for this race, and unfortunately I couldn't use it now. And I was a bit disappointed the pack all come together, and I just had to sit in there. And
I'm really pleased. My last World Cup, I broke my arm in Beijing. Had to get top 3 there. to get an automatic berth in the Olympics, very frustrating. So it's nice to come back and get on the podium. You know, I really enjoy racing World Cups. Yeah, first time racing Mooloolaba, first time on the podium here. Very happy indeed.
And we'd ask that the men stay here. We've got a small presentation to one of the sport's greatest triathletes.